Alright, welcome back to episode 59 of History Rewritten. I've got a lot to get through today's episode, so I might not do everything on my plan. However, yeah, I have quite literally just recorded the last episode, so I remember all the stuff that happened. That's crazy. Brazil, the USB attacked that country. We had independence for Northern Baikal thing, which kind of looks like a Russian puppet, but it's not. No more Yellow Nation. Now we just have this ugly boy. Oh god, I should have fixed that. That is just truly horrible. Why? This is not how I intended to start the episode. We also had the Moroccans. We had the Moroccans get their independence from Grenada, which meant the Granadan country has collapsed, and now there's two Granadas, which is more than one. So that's something. There's also two Moroccos as well, because the southern one broke away. We had independence for this country over here, although, yeah, how about we just start with this country? See, I don't know. You might know something that I know too, and that is that this country was never intended to actually exist. So unfortunately, a couple months after the war with the Lilac country and the other one, the Red team is back on the warpath, and they're raiding this island again. However, this time it's easier because there's less cities, less development, and less military. So yeah, actually this time it's just really easy. And unfortunately, this random nationality within Japan, which is probably just the same as the other ones, this random country just gets annihilated by the Japanese, and they finally united what they wanted to do, just with a load of extra casualties for absolutely no reason. Great stuff. Great. There you go. Anyway, so they take all of this, and I would probably say that the Southern Japanese might now be the strongest Japanese country. They have also been receiving lots of aid from China, though, so yeah, I mean, the third strongest country in the world can give you a lot of economic help. Just gonna put that out there. That country was not being supported by Korea at all, though. They were just, like, out there on their own, fending for themselves. They didn't fend very well. So there we go. And, yippee, Japan. Looking Japanese. What else do we have for today's episode? I just said I had a load of stuff, and then I kind of forgot it all. Moving over to Central America, a region where barely anything happens at all. We've got, can you guess? Another war. Right, so this blue country up here, they're going to be invading this greenish one. And the greenish country was not expecting this because this region is fairly peaceful. I mean, except for, like, this entire area over here. But the northern part, Honduras, absolutely fine over here. Honduras, everything's fine. So the blue country will start an invasion, and they're going to get pretty close to the capital. However, they don't manage to take it, but they do make a relatively good buffer zone, which means they can reach over to the Pacific coast, and that's cool. The green country will, however, send its forces into the southern area of the blue country, and they're going to meet the Atlantic Ocean / Caribbean Sea. So that's exciting. However, that was kind of a costly maneuver because your capitals are now surrounded. They send some forces from this city to go defend the capital, which is good. However, this city is now captured. It's called this city. We also have the recapturing of that area, and the troops who are there recapturing that are sent back out into here. They capture the remainder of this coast, and at this point, yeah, you don't win. And the blue country has won this war, and in the peace treaty, full annexation into the new blue team, stronger blue team. Well done, Sweden. You made a really bloody area filled with lots of aggressive people. Proud of you. Oh yeah, last time I should have mentioned the Granadan country and the new Western Granadan country both joined the European Union. Yay, I'm sure that doesn't make it any harder to do negotiations with two countries that absolutely despise each other now. I love this world that I've made, just full of people who hate each other. So realistic. Anyway, there we go. Nice. No consequences for that because nobody really cares at all. From here, well, there's a couple things I could do. However, I think what I might do is go down here to South Africa because another war. There's a lot of wars today apparently. I just had a lot of wars planned. The South African country is going to be declaring war on this greyish one, and by South Africa, I mean the one in South Africa. This one. I mean, you partially are, but you're not really. Not as much as this one down here. So they declare war on them, and I mean, they're both Dutch colonies, or ex-Dutch colonies, so it's very similar culture, which is nice, and very similar religion, because it's the same religion. However, the southern country is a lot richer than this one. This one's suffering quite a lot from demographic collapse, and just there being barely any people. So, with the South Africans reach around their northern border and taking this northern city, they are going to be able to cut off this entire area and take it down easily. That's nice. However, these other two cities are quite hard to get, and the war begins to stalemate for a long time because this country is not the poorest. However, they finally managed to make a breakthrough through the front lines, and they take the capital city. I mean, living in this time, just like, why is, like, 1890, for no particular reason, everyone is just fighting. In the peace treaty, however, it is full annexation into the southern brown country, South African country. So there you go. That means I don't have to draw some really strange borders, I just get to use them. Lovely, and some more economy for this country, who's kind of getting closer to becoming one of these stronger countries in Africa. I mean, they're not quite there yet, the strongest being the blue country, followed by, I don't know, Egypt. Oh yeah, definitely Egypt. Third strongest country in Africa. I think probably Senegal. Fourth strongest, Ethiopia. Fifth, Morocco. Sixth, South Africa. Number 7, Tanzania. Maybe Tanzania ahead of yeah, might be blue, Egypt, Senegal, Tanzania, the Tanzanian coast, that is, this one. Then South Africa, then Morocco, then Ethiopia. After you though, like, I have no clue. Like, it's probably a big thing between Libya, Nigeria, this one, Madagascar, because you've been colonized for a while. Maybe even this communist one, Sudan, probably Sudan to be fair. There you go, African country power rankings. But how about some more stuff in West Africa, because this country over here, well, the Moroccans don't like you. Turns out Morocco doesn't like Western Sahara. Do have some other stuff happening in Morocco, however, and that is a union with the Canary Islands country. I think the Canary Islands were colonized by the purple Italian country. Oh no, it was the other one, the other Italian country. The Northern Italians. But lots of it was this guy's. I think it was maybe all the Moroccan country, and then the Northern Italians took it over, and Grenada re-annexed it. Oh, not re-annexed it. Grenada annexed it in the peace treaty of World War II. They got independence very quickly, and now they've united together just before they end up going to war with this country. So the new Moroccan military, filled with nationalism, is going to start its movement down towards their capital city. We have some forces still deployed in the Sahara, so they start the invasion into desert. Lovely stuff. They also start a new one in the north. However, this country isn't entirely really weak. The Sahara forces are doing well against you though, so that's nice. And they are kind of worried they are losing a lot of land very quickly. Oh well, look, you've just lost another huge load of land and a city. This war does start to go a bit slowly, however Senegal and the blue African country are kind of supporting this. Because, well, You are our friend. So people are going to start fleeing from the capital, including the country's leaders, which means the capital is taken. This entire eastern border of Sahara is going to fall over to the control of the northern Moroccans, or just the Moroccans, I suppose. No, not this bit. And with support from Senegal, they will be able to cut across to both of these cities and the Blue African country, the northern one. And from there, get the peace treaty. Within the peace treaty, can you guess what happens? It is full annexation. That's the theme for most of the wars in today's episode. We've had like 4 in the space of 11 minutes. I mean, this is a pretty eventful episode for you guys. I also feel like I'm speeding through it a bit fast, but I mean, oh well. And there you go, Morocco is now an absolute superpower. They have jumped themselves up to just weaker than Egypt, so they are now the 3rd strongest country in Africa. Yeah, I would be concerned if I was a West African country. These guys are now very strong. Their agenda might not entirely be good. Is that really the Moroccan colour? It looks so meh. Blech. Might be more unifications. However, talking of alliances, we have 2 new countries joining. Sorry, the North African Alliance. No, just one, not 2. We have 1 new country joining the North African Alliance, and it is, I mean, you probably predicted this, it is Senegal. They are joining the alliance with Catalonia, Algeria, Western Libya, Eastern Libya, also like Fezzan and the other bit, I don't know, and Egypt. Nice alliance you've got here. And now with Senegal. How of the Moroccans? The Moroccans are actually thinking of making their own alliance. And countries joining the Moroccan alliance are going to be Western Grenada, Morocco itself, the leader, Cape Verde Islands, and the Yellow Nation over here in the Sahara Desert. Blue team's kind of like, what? Man, come on. Why don't you just become our friend? You know, we could be all friendly and happy together. How about we do that instead? But the Moroccans aren't quite convinced, and this starts to put a barrier between the blue Algerian country and the Moroccan one. Okay, they're starting to see, yeah, you've really not changed. Despite all that rule by the Grenadans, you're still the same country who wants to be with us whilst things are going well. But then once things go badly, you just start to hate on us. Or not really badly, but like, you don't need this lot. And yeah, it starts to make a rift. They're like, dude, we funded this huge thing for you. We spent loads of money on helping you guys. This is Senegal and the Blue African country, and it's just like the rest of the alliance. And they're just not happy. So the Blue African country actually get closer with Grenada, despite what just happened, because they do not like this country. They don't like this one over here. And they're trying to use spies from the Grenadan country to find out what's going on over here, and you know what these guys are planning, if they're gonna do anything bad, you know, just to make sure. They also don't like this one now, so that's fun. Let's give them another city somewhere here. Lovely stuff. Nice. Anyway, do we want to leave Africa? Probably want to leave Africa and stop ruining the continent. Let's go over to South America instead and ruin this continent. I haven't really ruined these guys yet, but I will probably sometime soon. And how are we going to ruin this word? Independence for a part of this pinkish nation. They are going to be having to give independence to this very small southern portion of their nation. What color do we have to make it? I don't know. This, maybe? That's alright. I don't know. It's a lot of islands that you have there, isn't it? Just an awful load of islands. This is a peaceful independence, however, the Northern group are not happy, but they feel like they have to do this to keep peace in their nation. You know, they were colonized by the Istrian country, and the Istrians are notorious for loving peace. And this also means that our kind of Argentina doesn't get to keep the Falklands. It now goes to Patagonia, or southern Patagonia, I suppose. Along the South Georgia South Sandwich Islands, although this island over here, it is owned by the Istrian Antarctic Company. Well, the Istrians who are in the Antarctic. They still have that colony, the Antarctic one. As for the capital of this nation, I was thinking about putting it in the Falklands, however, I'm just going to put it over here. Lovely stuff. Made it slightly more interesting in South America. Do I want to do something in North America? See, there's quite a few events I want to happen in North America. I just don't know if it's the right time for them yet. That's the problem, you see. Let's do one. You know what? I'll treat you guys to a lovely little war in North America, which is going to be this lilac-y country declaring war on this greenish one. Right, so Lilac Land. I don't know, you've done literally nothing. You were colonized by the Irish, I believe. Yeah, Ireland colonized you lot, the Green Country, these guys, and also Newfoundland. And now you're going to go to war with this country, this greenish one, which is a fusion of some British territories and some Korean ones. So, it's not very stable, really. Their forces will start pushing from this major city, and they reach over towards this lake. However, despite the discontent of the people within this nation, it's actually stronger. Look at this. I mean, there might be more major cities in this one. And despite the trade they get, this country does just have better stuff. You know, there's more trained, not just a stronger nation. So they actually start their own push towards the Hudson area. Hudson? Great Lakes. Is this Lake Superior? I'm not sure. Whoa. I thought it was going to turn white. Anyway, they start their own push towards just the entire lake area, as they hope to take that in this war, because they should be able to win this, which is interesting. Why did I get the brown team one? I meant to get this colour. I am probably quite not right in the head. So they managed to recapture this area with relative ease, really. And they're going to take this city, which is very close to the border. Well, maybe not, but it's relatively close on a map. Oh, and this means the Lilac country isn't doing very well at defending, and in fact a huge front line will start over here in their southern border. And it's really not going well. The Irish are going mate. Why? Why am I saying mate so much in these videos? I'm not sure. But it's just the countries. I'm now imagining them speaking colloquially to each other, and they're all just saying mate. I don't even say mate very much. I'm talking to people in real life. This is bizarre. Anyway, yeah, they're doing pretty well against the Lilac country. However, they've just been third-partied. No, they've just been attacked by another country. I mean, kind of, but kind of not. Which is the brown country. Yeah, I meant to get the brown team's colour. However, I did. I was also meant to get this one as well. I don't know. I wasn't meant to get the brown one yet. So they are joining on the side of the Lilac. No, they're joining against the Lilac country. They want this exclave up here. So in the peace treaty, yeah, the brown team's going to annex this, and that's the end of it. This isn't the Holy Roman Canada. No, wait, no, that wasn't right. The Holy Canada Empire. I butchered that sentence. This isn't the Holy Roman Empire, basically. We're not going to make borders like that. The brown team starts another offensive down here in the south, taking this major city too, and it means that the green team has to divert their attention away from this country and back towards the southern border, because the brown team is stronger. Possibly, maybe not. The brown teams are not too poor. So they managed to get all the way up to this lake, and forces are being sent down quite quickly towards the Korean areas of this country. However, the Lilac country is following these troops back down, and they retake this area, along with actually moving towards the capital city of this nation, which is absolutely terrifying if you remember of this nation. They link up their border over here and make their way towards this lake, and also all these lakes. The brown team will also take all of this, and at this point they're actually happy to agree to a peace treaty, in which they get all the stuff that they captured. So without much chance, yeah, the green team's gonna agree to this peace treaty. They don't have to pay too many reparations for people who died, and the equipment that was destroyed and stuff like that. It wasn't a huge war. These countries aren't very strong, any of them. They're all really quite weak. And in the end, you don't lose your most important stuff. I mean, you lose a significant amount of important stuff. However, you don't lose all of it, so that's nice. And now the nationalities of this country are even further pushed together, and I'm sure it's absolutely fine, and nothing bad is going to come of it. Great stuff. Also, why did I draw so many front lines in this Lilac country? I don't know. I really don't know. Why did I do that? I might also want to edit this peace treaty. There's one final bit I just saw that I might want to change. Yeah, I might go change that. Because these guys would like to annex this strange peninsula. You can have that too. There you go. Bam! Throw that on to your nation. Lovely stuff. I'm not sure it's going to look lovely on a map. I don't really care. I can do whatever I want in this world now. I have complete control over your lives, countries of this planet. I could quite literally just go, for example, like, boom, no more red team, no more orange team. Green team in Russia, we're gone. We solved the Cold War, guys. All of our problems are gone. All the nuclear bombs, gone. Like China, whoa, we stopped carbon emissions, finally. USB, we just made a way, we made a new Panama Canal. It's the USB canal. I need help. I need serious help. Serious help. The famous Harry Potter character. Let's just prove my point even further. How about we do some Cold War stuff? You know what? We haven't done an awful lot of that in the most recent videos, mostly like Korea, China. But how about we do some good stuff? Now I'm going over here to this dark greenish country. You've been doing some stuff recently, haven't you? You've been in the news a lot. I mean, you attacked this country. You might have been in World War One. No, in World War One you helped out, which meant that you got this bit over here. And then in World War Two, I don't think you joined the war on the green team's side. So the green team then invaded you and took all of this stuff from you. You had like this lake, didn't you? Wow, that's crazy. Did you really? Anyway, the green team invaded you and forced you to become communist. However, you did do some interesting stuff in World War One, didn't you? And number two. Well, maybe not number two, but World War One. Because you annexed a certain country. Now this country was the Gold Country, who was an ally of the Russians. I think they might have been like over here-ish on a map. Somewhere over here. However, other people got moved into this area of the dark green team, and now things are going badly because these people are being removed. And by removed, I don't mean given in isolation. I mean That wasn't very insightful, was it? I mean, they're being killed, heads chopped off, stuff like that. Brutality. And so yeah, there's a huge genocide, or ethnic cleansing, of the people within the Gold Country, who are up here. And this is not good for anyone, really. But it's making the Russians very unhappy, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. You Russians are not pleased with what is happening, because the nationality and the Gold Team in general, they're Russian allies. It's just this huge Russian allies being slaughtered. I mean, of course, they don't have their own state. There's probably like an autonomous region. I think, or it definitely is. I have a ruler. I found a ruler. And yeah, what are the Russians going to do about this? Don't worry, they found the correct answer. Invade. So the Russians will lead an invasion into the Dark Green Team. And you're like, what? I didn't think this was going to be our World War 3 episode. It's not our World War 3 episode, because the Green Team's like, mate, don't. Just stop. Just stop. I know there's ethnic cleansing going on. And with the Russians occupying various areas, I mean, really, realistically, they should have gone to war over this. However, the Green Team is willing to admit that yes, a semi-fascist government has taken over in the Green Team, and they don't like that, because you guys are meant to be communist. Communist. Why did I change handwriting midway through? I'm not sure. Because the Green Team is communist. And there you go. You can tell I have amazing handwriting. So they hold a conference together, and I mean, the Russians do it a little bit more invasion whilst that's all going on. And that's how we're going to resolve this issue. Basically, they don't really find a way to resolve it, because this country is about to go in anarchy. The group is going to hugely break away, and the Russians are going to start funding the Gold Team group within the country. The Green Team is going to start a rush into it. I mean, they're not fighting on the same side, so I'm going to color it in different colors. As the Green Team makes a huge push towards the capital city, taking it with ease because they're the second strongest country in the world. The Gold Team forces probably look something like this. However, I mean, like, they don't have all of this land captured. This is Russian. The Russians are helping out with this, though, as the Russians push down towards this lake and give this country an absolute heart attack. The Green Team needs to start taking land a lot quicker, and they encourage this ally over here to take this city. They also spearhead from their border over here, and from there they're going to follow this trade route bit that's got some cities on it to take this city. So all in all, the front lines in the dark green country look something a bit like this. However, it gets worse, because the Gold Team forces will push toward the border of this bit, and they're going to start attacking the officials from the Green Team. So that's great, because as the Gold Team forces retake the capital, they take the capital of the Dark Green Team from the Green Team forces. Wonderful. So the Green Team has to link up here, and they send troops back, managing to recapture all these areas. So down here in the south, the Green Team has managed to secure all of this stuff. However, the Russians are still moving in to the dark green country, taking all of this. And finally, the borders of this country end up looking a bit like this. So, dark green team, that did not go well for you. That really did not go well for you. The fascist government has been either murdered or deposed, as the more communist government has come. It wasn't entirely fascist, it's just they didn't like the Gold Team, so they did some good old ethnic cleansing. I really shouldn't say that. Ethnic cleansing is terrible. Don't do ethnic cleansing. It's just a horrible thing to have happen. I might joke around about wars and things in these videos, but I do understand the seriousness of things like genocide and wars and nuclear bombs, and I don't want none of this stuff to happen. Like World War III, for example, it's just such a horrible idea. Like anyone who actually thinks the World War III, oh, that'd be a great thing, we should make this happen. Or like, oh, it'd be so much fun to go to war. No. It's a war. You're getting blown to pieces, shot full of bullets. It's the most brutal things that can possibly happen out of anything in the world. I don't think that can be overstated. Anyway, continuing on with our war scenario. Yeah, that just completely ruined the fact that I sounded really sincere there for a second. And I was being sincere. I don't want to make the tone sound really unhappy. Although it kind of is, and it kind of should be. Anyway, yeah, let's have a conference in the capital over here over what to do in this country. What do the Russians want out of this conference? Not really land. I mean, they wouldn't mind some land. However, what they want is better life for the gold team. What do the green team want? They want the Russians to go away, basically. Stay out their territory, stop trying to find information out. There's definitely some nukes over here and in other parts of the country, and they really need to secure those so the Russians didn't take them. Because they could have. And just like boom, boom, boom. They probably would have like set off a nuke or something, which would have been bad. Really? So in the end, the peace treaty they agree on is one where the green team annexes this entire nation. Yeah. Yep. The green team says, look, we'll take care of the gold team for you. It'll be fine. We'll take care of the gold team, and yeah, we'll get rid of the green team. We're just gonna annex them into our nation. People are kind of like, whoa, we just have that happen. The green team fully annexed one of their allies. It's kind of unexpected, but the gold team agrees to it. They go, right, this is what happens in the peace treaty. The gold team, the Russians. And what they're really concerned about is not that another communist country has gone in the world. They're actually kind of happy about that. However, that was my sister throwing herself at a wall, apparently. What they were concerned about is how the people of the gold team are treated, and fortunately, it looks like they're going to be fine. So that's good. It was a close scare, though. I mean, you had a green team and Russian troops meeting up in a country that should have activated World War III. We had rebel militia groups running around everywhere. We were inches away from World War III and just nuclear destruction. Once they had the Russians have invaded your ally, the green team leaders, they were so close to them, right? Let's just blow up the Russians, put a nuke on Smolensk, end it all, I suppose. However, fortunately, they did not do that. And the world is still a thing, which is nice, isn't it? Just ended it all on episode 59. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is actually what would happen. So, yeah. Anyway, the green team borders, though. They do look really cool. So that's nice. I mean, their borders look so nice. Their borders look so good. And the Tibetan country, the blue Tibetan one, is absolutely afraid. They're like, it's not going to go well for you guys. Not at all. Because the green team's on your borders. The Russians discovered some nuclear information, and they discovered things about what the dark green team was doing to the gold team. However, it's all over now, and they've resolved it in a strange way. There you go. I'm going to check if I told you something in the last episode, because Finland is meant to be in the Russian alliance. I just don't know if I put them in there. Yeah. Also, let's do numbers for every alliance. So, we had, whatever it was called, Senegal. Senegal joining the North African alliance. I think probably the oldest alliance in this map. Well, at least in age. I mean, this is the third rendition. That's not a 3. Third rendition of the North African alliance. And the original one was... It lasted for a really long time, like all the way until World War One. Oh no, colonization. Yeah. That wasn't very nice, was it? That was Blue African country, Catalonia, Libya, Egypt, and Ethiopia, I believe. Then we had the second rendition of it, which had a load of European countries. And now we're on the third one. This is 6 countries. We have the Aegean Alliance, which is 8. Russian, which is 10. The green team is now 11, because the dark green team is gone. With the oldest being Caspia and Persia, and then the dark green team, but not really around here anymore. Then it's the Bulgarian one and the light grey one, the communist pink one, the weird lake, and stuff like that. The Chinese alliance has 7 countries, including China, the orange Chinese, grey China, bright red one, which is this one, Hainan, South Taiwan, and the North Philippines. The Korean alliance of 3 countries, Western Europe, which is 6, the Bengali Brotherhood, which is 4, and the Northern Australian alliance, which is Korean Australia colony, Northern Australia. So this one, I don't know why I said it in so many different words. Southern New Guinea, with bits of Australia, this sort of bit that looks like a dragon's head, and New Zealand. We also have the European Union, which is 45 countries. Nice. So there's that. 45 countries. It's an economic alliance though, so it's not like NATO. Anyway, that's probably where I'm going to leave it for today's episode. I might record episode 60. I just need to get some water because my throat is dying. Yeah, if I don't, I will see you again in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you again next time. Goodbye. Peace.